Hello, hello, Hero Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am, and today, yes, you saw the thumbnail, I have picked up another 12-inch Marvel Legends figure. Which one is it? It's only two that I need now. The Red Suit Deadpool and movie Black Panther. So get your comments in now while I'm slowly opening this box. Place bets, or not bets, but just who do you think I picked up? I will say that I managed to talk the seller down on this one. I originally had it up to, what was it, like $110 on Mercari. And slowly over like the course of a week, it dropped down to like $78. I sent him an offer for $63. And then we kind of haggled a bit, and I think we landed at $65, $66 that I ended up paying for this guy. Had some Mercari credit, so I was able to not pay that fully, but still had to pay a little bit out of my own pocket too. But now I'm just stalling, and it's time to show you which one I got. It's the movie Black Panther, as I struggle to move this box. So yeah, this one has been a hard one to acquire. This is actually the third time I've actually put in an order for this particular figure, not from the same seller, but first time I sent an offer to a seller that had one loose. They had it listed for about $40. I sent them a listing or offer for about $30, and they said, "Yeah, I'll honor that, but I have to go find the figure because it was a really old listing." Well, about a week goes by. I shoot them a message. I say, "Hey, any word on the figure?" And they said, "Well, I found most of the figure, but the spear was missing." And then I never heard from that seller again. Then I would say, what about end of last year into this year? It would have been around December going into January. I placed an order with a seller that had this figure for, I want to say it was around $30, and I bought it, used some credit, and I messaged the seller. I said, "Hey," well, after about a week, I said, "Hey, is everything okay?" Because they hadn't shipped my figure yet. And they said, "Yeah, I'll try to get it out this Saturday." Saturday comes around, they didn't ship it. So, me not trying to be pushy, I try to be polite and understanding. I waited a little bit longer, sent them another message, said, "Hey, what's going on with my order?" They said, "Sorry, got busy," and they didn't ship it out again. And this is about the time I got suspicious, and I looked at the seller's reviews, which I should have done in the first place, but basically they had a tendency to take a really long time to ship things, and sometimes they didn't even come in good condition. Sometimes they smelled like smoke. So after 3 weeks of them not actually shipping it, I canceled the order and just kind of said, "Screw it," and just waited. And sure enough, managed to get this one sealed. Still had to pay a little bit more, but not outrageous. So I am going to unbox this. I just wanted to tell that small story real quick. But the figure has been outside in like teens weather. So like it's only been, I think the high of today was 14 degrees. So I want to let this figure warm up a bit before I open it. So I'm going to pause here and I'll check back in later and we'll open this figure together. Alright, it is now the next morning. I let this guy kind of sit overnight, so hopefully he has warmed up enough to where I can open him and articulate him. So we'll take a look at this figure now. And I did get him sealed. I can't remember if I mentioned that before, which I don't have like a rule where I have to get a figure sealed. I buy, loose figures if I'm hunting for older stuff, but if I can get it sealed at a decent price, I try to. And here he is in the tray. The tray's kind of beaten up down here. Yeah, there is all that. We'll take a closer look at the accessories and whatnot here in a second. So I think a lot of this is just a scaled up version of the 6-inch movie Black Panther. I'll try to get one down. I tried to look for my plain movie Black Panther, and I can't seem to find him, but I do have the one with the energy. Sorry, the purple energy on his costume. So there's that. And it's like even this unmasked head sculpt kind of looks like the one that came with the 6-inch figure. So now it's time for the figure itself. Oh, hand popped out. Here, we'll leave that off for a second until I can actually force it back in. Ooh, he's even got toe joints. I didn't notice that. Come on. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Had to make a joke like that. Okay. So here is the Black Panther figure. Looking pretty sick. I love all the texture on this. Like, the 6-inch figure has texture too, but I think it's a lot easier to actually put on him at this scale. But yeah, that looks pretty sick. I'm liking it. It's the only movie figure that they did for the line. So I'm grabbing a couple other figures and we'll just do a quick comparison, see how well it fits. Just really quick while I've got him here. Let's just see if the Chadwick Boseman head. Oh, pop that on. It's not the best head sculpt. It's before they got the digital face printing tech. And it was the kind of, again, I think it's a 12-inch version of the original head sculpt we got with Black Panther figures, or movie figures, and I just don't think this is it. But, like, it doesn't work very well. But I'm not going to have him displayed with that unmasked head anyway. I'm absolutely going to have him with that head. So let's try and test out the articulation here. So head, go all the way around. It's got decent ratcheted shoulders and butterflies, bicep, pinned elbow, wrist hinge. We'll have to grab the other hands in a second. Let's test this one out. Ooh, this one doesn't want... Okay, there. Didn't want to go backwards at first. Ratcheted shoulder. Ooh, that one's tough. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbow. Wrist. Okay, that wrist is staying in now that I popped it back in. He can twist. He's got the crunch there. Wow, that's a decent diaphragm crunch, or like back and forward just on its own. You can crunch back forward like that. Good hips. Thigh swivel. See how far I can kick up. That's really good. That, yeah, I'm liking the articulation on this guy. It's looking really good so far. I'll have to test the hips, because I remember the Spider-Man figures don't have very good hips despite being Spider-Man figures. So we'll have to compare those here in a second, because I do have a couple figures here to show. So here, really quick, I will get the 6-inch Black Panther. So here is the 6-inch Black Panther. This is the one with the purple energy. I couldn't find the plain one, but I know I have it. It's not immediately where I was looking. But you can see the similar musculature and like kind of shape of the sculpt. But this guy has more pronounced details than this one. It's pretty cool. And the articulation differences is he's got an ab crunch. He's got the super articulation in the torso. And he actually has, this one actually has a boot cut. This figure doesn't, which, yeah, I didn't really expect. I didn't realize that they had that many differences in articulation. And I think the proportions are a lot better. If you look at the kind of chest here, he's kind of got a Dorito shape to him, kind of coming down to a point. This is more natural looking, I think. I don't know. It's got a musculature you would find on a normal human as opposed to this. And especially for Black Panther, I think this fits better. And looking at the silver, I like the silver a lot more. And like this Black Panther isn't a bad figure. I think once you get it into like a pose or something, it looks really good. It just, straight on. It just doesn't look good in the proportions. But, so he also has a set of grip hands for the spear. Which, speaking of the spear, I would assume you hold it here. I don't really want to scuff up the paint too much, but there you go. Okay, that works. It's not a hard plastic. It's a very pliable plastic, so I might have to actually heat it up because it does look a little warped. But got those, and then he does have a set of. Trying to reach the other hand. He does have a set of fisted hands. So I like the accessories. I don't really know what they could have added, but okay, let's put him here. And then we'll bring in a couple figures for comparison. So here is the Captain America and the Black Suit Spider-Man. I didn't want to grab the other Spider-Man, just the plain Spider-Man, because he's in a crouched down pose on my shelf. So there is that. And you know what? Just because he was right here at my desk, let's bring in the SDCC exclusive Daredevil from the 12-inch line. So there's that. I'm liking it. He, while being a movie figure, he really does work with all these comic figures. So one last thing I want to actually test is I want to see how far his legs go out. And let's kind of put him like, oh no! Okay, so we got Spider-Man doing the widest stance he can. I want to see how far Black Panther can go, because he seems to have a bit more range than Spider-Man does. So, yeah, I would say he does have a little bit more. I don't know how well that's going to work in terms of actual posing. I'll have to really... Oh, come on. Don't fall over on me. Don't fall over. There. I'll have to really just kind of test it out, start posing him around, see how well it works. But I think he has just a little bit more range than Spider-Man does in terms of the hips. So, oh, he's gonna fall over. Okay, so now let's get him into one pose to really close this video out, and we'll just kind of see how he looks. So let's do kind of like a running with the claws out. Kind of thinking of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, one of his episodes where he first introduces himself to the Avengers, and he's just kind of charging at them. That's what's in my mind right now. Okay. No, come on, work with me here. Trying to utilize this toe pivot, or this toe articulation. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. Okay, get the arm out a little bit more. Come on. Okay, that's not too bad. Just for a real quick pose, not too bad. He's a little leaning. It needs tweaked for sure, but yeah, that is the Marvel Legends 12-inch Black Panther. I will do a proper review of him with the SDCC Daredevil figure once I get caught up with all the other figures that are on my desk, I promise. So expect that probably more March. But for right now, hopefully this whets your appetite until I do get to that video. So I hope you all enjoyed this unboxing, and I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.